The Pigeons and the Fake Hermit. A king of pigeons used to visit a hermit every day and listen to his sermons. One day, the hermit left his hut and went away forever. Many days later, a fake hermit came to live in the same hut. He was very fond of pigeon meat. One day, he saw a flock of pigeons near his hut. His mouth watered. He planned to kill and cook the pigeons. So the next day, he started the cooking process by putting in all the spices. Soon the pigeons came flying, but their king smelled the spices and warned all the pigeons to stay away from the hut. The hermit realized that his plan had been discovered. He threw a stick to hurt the pigeon king, but it missed him. The pigeon king shouted, "You will suffer in hell for your sins. I will also reveal your true identity to everyone." Frightened of the threat, the fake hermit left the hut and ran away. The Three Princes and the Fairy. A king had 3 sons. The first 2 were from his previous queen. The stepmother wanted the king to make her son the king, but he refused. The king was scared that the queen would harm his sons, so he told them to live in the forest until his death. As they were going out of the palace, the youngest prince also joined them. They reached a forest. The youngest prince went to get water from a pond. Now, a fairy lived in the pond who allowed water to be taken only if her question was answered correctly. If not, she would imprison that person. She asked the prince her question. The prince's answer was wrong, and the fairy imprisoned him. The second prince also suffered the same fate. Finally, the eldest prince came and gave the correct answer. The fairy released the other 2 brothers. The brothers lived in the forest and returned when the king died. Then, the eldest brother became the king. The Disobedient Student. There was a famous teacher. He had many students. Among them was a student named Bhanu. He was not a good student. He was very disobedient. Bhanu never paid attention to what his teacher said. His main aim was to eat food and fight with his fellow students. The teacher was fed up of Bhanu and his ways. One day, he threw Bhanu out of his hermitage. Bhanu had nowhere to go now. He kept walking and walking till he came to a village. There he became a laborer to earn his livelihood. After a while, news spread that Bhanu was a student of a famous teacher. The villagers started seeking his advice. But after some time, the villagers felt that the advice that Bhanu gave was affecting them badly. They drove Bhanu away from their village. Bhanu repented being a bad student and not obeying his teacher. The water spring. A certain merchant was leading his caravan to another country to sell his goods. Along the way, they came to a hot desert. It was so hot that the merchant's men started fainting. There was no water left. Some men started crying out of desperation. The merchant thought, I must not give up. If I give up, my men will surely give up. I must be positive. Soon, he noticed a tuft of grass. He thought, grass cannot grow without water. He got excited and called his men to dig there. They dug and hit a stone. But there was no water. The merchant replied, we must not give up. Keep digging. He put his ear on the stone and heard the sound of water. Immediately, he struck the rock with a hammer. And lo, the rock split in two, and water gushed out from under it. The merchant and his men were overjoyed. Their hard work had paid off. Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.